Hey everybody, this is Jason Hayes. Welcome back to Art Tree, the channel about growth in art specifically. Obviously, it's been a long time since I've been able to post anything, and this has been a terrible year for posting anything, even though, well, it's been a good year for most people as far as posting like YouTube channels and social media, but not for me. I've been much busier than usual, so I've not been able to really post anything. So I'm back, and hopefully I can continue going down my experiences while trying to grow in art. Especially I had to deal with some detours, but obviously at this point, granted, if you follow any of my previous channels, I have epically failed the Inktober challenge that I was going for. I was not able to post one every day. I was not able to make videos every day. I was doing good for a little while, but then it all went to garbage and I just couldn't keep up with it anymore. So that's my second failed Inktober. So I have one win, one success, and two fails. So speaking of Inktober, all right, speaking of Inktober, September 1st starts the new list. So if you are interested in being part of Inktober and you want to take that extra time, that extra month to plan your drawings ahead, that is the time to do it. September 1st is when the new list for Inktober comes out, and then the official challenges starts in October 1st. Right. So that being said, also, Inktober, I'm so late with this, but Inktober, as of, I believe, January this year, started something called Inktober 52, where they were I won't say they weren't just daily prompts for the month of October, but there's actually a weekly prompt for the 52 weeks of the year. So this year, and just to give you an idea of how late I've been, we are now in week 33, and the prompt is brain. Now, it might be a different prompt by the time this video comes out, but that is what it is. But today I wanted to share about how my experiences have been going with drawing with pens, more specifically ballpoint pens. And some of my friends and some teachers in the past have encouraged me to try using ballpoint pens because it really forces you to kind of learn how to, I don't want to say get it right the first time, but you do have to plan out your drawings when you're using a pen. You don't have the freedom of the pencil where you can just start laying down marks, and if it doesn't look right, you can move them around and erase them. Of course, eventually, even with pencil, that eventually comes to a point where you can't erase anymore, but it's still far more forgiving than using a pen. So you have to plan out, you actually have to think about your drawing, and you really have to focus on getting it as close to where you want it to be in the first place, because there's no room for error. So, not really, there's really no room for error. But what's really, really fun about it though, sometimes you can draft with a ballpoint pen and at least get the good for like practice drawing or just in general, just doodling. You don't have to worry about it being good or perfect, But I did notice that some of my friends had mentioned to me trying to use big ballpoint pens. What I did like about using the big ballpoint pens is that they have a little bit more ability to like shade a little bit. Believe it or not, they have a little bit more ability to shade, and they're a lot smoother. They're a lot smoother to draw with. They don't seem to fight, and you don't see the lines breaking with them. And that's been really an interesting experience. And I've continued to kind of just use pens just to doodle and stuff like that. I still switch back to pencil whenever I want something that I want to come out really good, because I want to be able to work with it and try to like change the shapes as I need to. But for the most part, using strictly pen has helped me and forced me to kind of think about what I need to draw before I just start laying the pen on the paper and just going at it. My instructor, Mr. Paul Avadaro, he really wanted me to try to use more pen as I went forward in the store when I was going to his storyboarding class. He said so that way I have a mind to put more confident lines down. I'm not entirely sure what he meant by that, but I mean I have a vague idea. But the one thing I did like about using like Bic pens and stuff like that is the fact that they're very affordable compared to most art pens and things like that. But they do just as good of a job. I mean, there are professional artists out there who only use cheap materials for their work, and they do a fantastic job with it. It's just a matter of, experimenting and trying to find out what works with what works for what you're trying to do. Because I think everyone has different goals when it comes to doing artwork. This is going to be kind of a short episode, so I'm going to keep it brief. However, I would like to give a big shout out to my instructor from storyboarding, Mr. Paul Alvardaro. Unfortunately, I don't know any of his social media links. I know he has a link on YouTube, but I don't think he ever actually uses it for promoting his work, and I've never seen. It's always been kind of tutorials and stuff like that he's done, but you're always welcome to try and check it out. Also, I want to give a shout out to Jessica Harris. Jessica Harris was my classmate, and she's a colleague who got me kind of onto the idea of using ballpoint pens more consistently, just period. And she even gave me a first pack to start working with, and I really have enjoyed doing art that way. I don't think I'm nearly as good with pen as I am pencil, but it's been an interesting experience. But you can always check out her channel on Instagram, Danny the Druid. Please get a chance, check it out. And she does, as far as I can tell, I've never seen anybody do art like this girl does. I mean, I've seen her do amazing art with ink and marker and pencil, and I think she uses more mediums like marker and pen. But all her artwork is very amazing, so please check her channel out, Danny the Druid, on Instagram. So, other than that, I will see you guys next time.